क्लैब्यं मास्मगमः पार्थ नैतत्त्वैयुपपद्यते क्षुद्रं हृदय दौर्बल्यं त्यक्त्वा तिष्ठ परन्तप.
The first chapter of Bhagavad Gita is called Arjuna Vishada Yoga, Yoga of despondency or grief of Arjuna. Prince Arjuna is a warrior by birth. He won many battles and some single-handedly. He was the best archer among the Pandavas and Kauravas. He was the blue-eyed boy of his guru Dronacharya. He and his brothers had taken a conscious decision to fight their cousins led by Duryodhana, who had usurped their rightful portion of the kingdom. It is a normal practice for the warriors to assess the strength of both sides before the war began. So Arjuna requested his charioteer, who was Sri Krishna himself, to place his chariot in between both the armies. By this time, warriors from both sides had already blown their conchs, heralding their readiness to start the war. Sri Krishna accordingly moved the chariot to the center. Arjuna surveyed both the sides. He was not at all afraid of the strength of the army. Instead of taking part in the war, Arjuna was moved with pity, compassion, and kindness when he saw on both sides his own relatives, friends, gurus, and their children as grandchildren. From his standing position, he now sat on the chariot, physically and mentally weak. He refused to fight. Just as our mind, when afraid of circumstances, wants to avoid any action and comes up with several reasons to justify its stand, Arjuna moved with several arguments in favor of not fighting. The first reason he gave to Sri Krishna, that it is a sin to kill my own kinsmen, that is relatives, friends and gurus. The second reason he gave is that how can I enjoy victory and be happy after killing all my relatives? And therefore, he would not kill them, and he was even ready to be killed by them. He declares that he does not desire victory or kingdom or pleasures. He was therefore full of sorrow. Luckily, Arjuna did not ask Sri Krishna to take the chariot out of the battlefield. It meant that there was still enough scope for convincing Arjuna to commence the fight. He would stand to reason, as he was very sharp intellectually and skillful and perfect in his work and responsibility. Each chapter has a title having name of yoga. How can we consider even sadness of Arjuna as a yoga, a path to the highest goal? Arjuna's behavior was definitely uncalled for. He was exhibiting qualities of compassion and kindness at the wrong time when he was supposed to fight the enemy who had been unrighteous and had been harsh and heavy on the common people. In his whole conduct, there is one most significant quality exhibited by Arjuna, that is his disinterest for victory, kingdom, and pleasures. Even though it was spontaneous and not deep enough, this distaste for material gains is the first requisite for acquiring the highest knowledge. That is why this chapter is also called a yoga. When things go smoothly in our life, we are not thirsty or ripe for seeking or accepting the right knowledge or even supreme wisdom. In the midst of his doubts and fears, Arjuna is now ready to listen to the wisdom of Sri Krishna. Thank you.